How you doing, Alucard? Scorsy, thank you so much for the subscription. A tier 3, 79 months. I think that means it's time for me to get a reward. Because you hit that. So what do I get? So yeah, you're right. I should get a reward. So what kind of reward am I getting here? Sorry guys, I'm just getting some stuff set up. Yeah, we got a little bit of a smaller stream today. I have to go early, so we're just gonna play a bit of Metroid before we go. And we're gonna go from there. Alucard, how come we don't play Gooses with us? Alucard, how come we don't play Gooses with us? That's not an excuse. You better stay up. That's not an excuse. You better stay up. That's not an excuse. You better stay up. You better. You getting tired of you acting like you gotta go work. You don't want to work. Getting tired of you acting like you got. You're so full of it. 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 I'm echoing? Okay, let me see why. Oh, that's why. I had something going that shouldn't have been going. Alucard! Yeah, you better let me know. Getting tired of you acting like you don't know that you're gonna let me know. Especially from somebody who doesn't want to play games with people at night. Acting like you got a job. You don't even want to do that job. Have you tried just asking for the money? That's not true. Those girls on the OnlyFans, they just ask for money and get it. So where are we going? That's the save station. What are we doing here? Elevator, yes. I honestly forgot what we were doing. Wait a second. I know that we got... Did we just leave? Maybe we just go back? No, this is where we fought the boss. Yeah. so we obviously need to go this way somewhere. Okay. And that's the save station. Okay, so now where are we going? Let's ride! I don't understand why this. What's up, Ryan? So you make sure there's nothing else to scan here. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm 16 minutes into the stream. Yeah, that's right. There's still no grandmas in sight. We're looking for him, though, dude. Dude, this music is amazing. I love Samus. Sage, you have to give me a second. In 1 second, dude. I'll check it. My windows are all open and stuff. How do I get... Dude, 1 second. I'll check it. If you can explain to me how I get up here, Ryan. Like, I know there's some parts that could be better in this game, but I fucking love Samus. She is the literal reason why I love helmets. Give me 1 second, dude. I have so many windows open, and I don't even have Discord loaded. Give me a sec. I was fixing some settings. Oh, by the way, Ryan, one of the reasons I have so many windows open, they finally got back with me. I got the test build. I signed the NDA and everything. Yeah. No, it was really nice. Dude, why is my Discord taking 7,000 years to update? I don't even understand. What is happening? Alright. What? Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There's no fucking way that Did you really do that? You gotta be shitting me. Oh my god. Dude! Ryan, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Dude! Oh! Are you... Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Oh. Oh my god. Dude. Holy sh... Are you kidding? Dude. There's no way, man. Oh my god. Dude. Sounds really cool. It is. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting like I really wasn't expecting that. Oh my god. Yeah, it's the retro. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I did say it. That's my bad. I honestly thought I said it. I my bad. I'm just kind of shocked right now because like that's like the crown piece, man. Cuz I needed to get that's like the jewel. Like that sets it up, right? Like I mean, yeah, we still need an audio extractor, whatever. We already talked about that. But that's like besides the point. That's what's going to let me do crazy things with retro games. Like you have no idea what I'm going to be able to do. I can bypass certain stuff. So like for example, the analog 3D when you put it in BVM mode, for example, it will so one of the things that even so I'm trying not to get too nerdy here, but like basically when you go in BVM mode, oh no, am I all set up? No, no, no. We weren't all set up. The only way we could play. No, 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 no. What, for retro games? No, we're not set up for retro. So for retro games, like getting the getting the old stuff, getting wait, what's going on? Sorry, getting the old stuff to work on the new stuff, you need a scaler for the retro stuff. What I got was an analog 3D, which is an FPGA system that allows me to play specific consoles at higher resolutions. What a scaler does is that it takes in any input basically ever made. So like I can take an old Atari or whatever and hook it up into it, and it will convert the signal over into a digital format that's a 16 by 9 screen to fit any monitor or TV, and it turns your current TV into a CRT basically. So there is consoles like the one I'm getting that has some of it. When I say some of it, I mean a fraction of it built in to kind of simulate that effect. But really what it's doing, I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it. Really what it's doing is allowing you, so for example, the new console I'm getting, the Analog 3D, it allows me to take a Nintendo 64 game and play it on any TV I want, right? Because it uses HDMI out. It converts the signal over. Now, there is modes like BVM mode or PVM mode that will simulate an actual CRTV like you're supposed to. However, when it does that, what ends up happening is that it cuts off a lot of your monitor screen. So you'll see like those black borders. And that's because that's the only way it can simulate it. Now, what this scaler does specifically is that this scaler takes any TV, any monitor, any TV, you name it, and it will basically use hardware to convert your screen into a CRT format that allows you to play any game with CRT settings on a regular display. So you don't get the weird border effect. It'll take up the whole screen basically. So basically you can turn any monitor or TV into a CRT, which is so vastly huge because it's two different things. It's really hard to explain unless you know what I'm talking about, I guess. But basically you have two options here. You can rebuild a console to play old games, right? Man, how do I explain this without sounding so nerdy? I don't know. I don't think there really is a way. Is there a way? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm thinking right now. I'm so excited, but I'm also thinking because I don't actually know how I explain this to people. I'm thinking like, what's the best way to explain this to people? I don't know. Hold on. Let me think for a second. Let me think. There has to be a way I can explain this really quickly. Hmm. Okay. I think I got it. If I Okay. So I think this is the best way to explain it. I think. Let me think. Does this button work right here? Let's see. I haven't really messed with my Steam Deck, my Stream Deck as much recently because like I have the video thing. I didn't work. I need to figure out a better setting for my Stream Deck. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. Ryan, I am so like you have no idea how excited I am. But I need to figure out. Okay, so the window capture button is working, but what's not working is we want it to capture this. There we go. Okay. So that is working. Okay, so basically here's how it works. Okay? I'm going to try to use art to display it. Okay? Let's say you want to play Mario, right? You have a choice. You can get the original hardware, right? Like let's pretend this is the original NES, okay? And then you can hook it up into a CRT, right? The old school TVs. A CRT, okay? And so you hook it up into the CRT and then you play the game, okay? And then the system, right? The original system, right? The NES, okay? You load the cartridge into the system, right? And then it plays on the system and then it displays on the CRT. CRTs and games, most games in the back in the day were made with 4.3 aspect ratio. You are currently playing on a 16.3. That's how we play and watch TV. Is 16.3. But video games were made on CRTs and they were made to fit this resolution, and the consoles. I mean, I said 3. My bad. 16.9. You're right. That's my bad. So 16.9. That's my bad. So basically, the consoles, and this is how every console works. I'm just using the NES as an example. Okay, so let's just be clear. The NES is just an example of what I'm talking about. So, but all consoles play this way. So you load your cartridge into the NES. The NES reads the cartridge and it's playing the game and displaying it on the CRT and what we call interlace. Yeah, I'm sure you heard of 1080p and 1080i, right? So just understand this. The difference between I and P. There's an easier way to understand it. Basically, one's interlace, one's progressive scan. But basically what it means is P, like when we say 1080p, right? And then we have like 1080i, okay? The easiest way to understand it is back in the day, most stuff was designed around I. There was some 240p and 480p, but a lot of stuff was interlaced. So basically is, if you think of a screen, right? So like this CRT. CRTs were all kinds of different shapes and sizes. They were rounded, they were banded, right? So a lot of time it's I. And what this means is when it displays the image, it builds it like this from the ground up. And I'll explain this in a bit, why this is important. Okay? And so where P, it takes into account the size of the monitor, right? So like I'm sure you've seen this before when they display monitors, this diagonal line like this. So basically what it does is it measures the monitor perfectly and it puts the correct pixels like this, these little dots like this. Perfect. It's completely symmetrical. Okay. So think of P as perfect pixels. It's symmetrical. But back in the day, TVs were all kinds of sizes. So they stacked the image like this. Okay. And that's important to understand as we go forward. So basically, what happens is when you put your cartridge into the console reads it and then it plays it. And what's important is the PCB or the motherboard and the parts, the silicone, the capacitors, all that is what's playing the game. This is what we call timings. Okay? Timings. It's important to understand this. Timings is how fast the game plays, or how like the game playing, right? When the game is playing, every second, every nanosecond is displaying information. That's timings. Now, the problem with old consoles is that they do not have HDMI. They have those cables. You know, I'm talking about the ones that break off like this. Some are 2, some have 3 at the end, like the red, white, yellow, or they might just have white, yellow. Or if you were really fancy, you had SCART cables, the ones that had like the blue and green. So they had like an extra 2 to it. I'm sure you've seen them back in the day. So they didn't have HDMI. If you look on the back of your TV, you don't have any of these inputs anymore. You only have HDMI. And here's a fun fact about HDMI. It's a brand, by the way. It's actually not a standard. It's a brand. They have kind of like a monopoly. But that's a side thing. Either way, so how do we get to play, if we want to play Mario, right? How do we play Mario if we don't have a way to hook this into our current TVs, right? How do we do that, right? Well, there's a few options, and up until recently, they weren't that good. So basically, if we erase all this, I don't know why it's doing it that way, right? So we erase all this. So how do we play it? So there's the first option is what everyone's been doing for a long time, which is basically you play it on PC. You use emulation, like what Matt was doing. You emulate with a mouse and keyboard, right? And you play Mario here. The problem is, remember what I talked about, the silicone and the timings and the aspect ratio and how things were designed. When you use software has bad timings. The timings is terrible. You get input lag, you get latency, right? It's terrible. It's a terrible experience. Stuff doesn't look right. Software information has come a long way, but it's not that good. It's still just okay. It's great for a free option, but it's not 100%, right? So using software emulation can be cheap, but it just isn't good at the end of the day. It's not the same. It doesn't have the right timings. It doesn't feel the same. There's a lot of lag. It doesn't work. Not to mention, the games don't look that good because we're not on a CRT. We don't have scan lines, and I'll show you why scan lines are important in a second. So if we erase this, okay. So then our other option is we got something that there's a fine line. There's some devices called a hyperkin. Basically, a hyperkin is a console that says, oh, we play all the old games, right? You can put any game in here and we'll play it. But what it's actually doing, it's still emulation. So if I was to put this Mario game in a hyperkin, right? What it actually does is it downloads the Mario game into the hyperkin and then it still emulates it. So it's not really playing off the cartridge. It's the same thing. It's basically emulating just like a PC would. So you still get the really bad timings, the really bad latency, blah, blah, blah. So what people used to use now is to get it to work is that they make special mods. There's 2 ways to mods. You can get a cable that takes the component, right? Remember the white and yellow? And then it turns it into HDMI, right? These are great. They work, but it doesn't look that good. And then the only other option there was you mod your NES. You actually open up your NES You take the PCB out, and then you actually install an HDMI mod into the actual NES. So you actually have to take out the motherboard, take it apart, and solder and wire in an HDMI out. And it works. And these things are fantastic and they're awesome, but they are expensive and it is not cheap. So it's cheap to buy the parts, yes, but you got to have a lot of technical knowledge. You got to know how to solder. You have to actually know how to mod. And regardless, even if you do mod it, remember a lot of this hardware is 30 years old and they don't make these pieces anymore. Now, up until recently, we didn't invent the same. This is actually really interesting. The same thing that we use to guide missiles is called FPGA. This is a very specific type of board that what it does is, because we're living in the future, it has the ability to run the board like the same silicone, the capacitors, and all the electronics of whatever you program it to run it like. This is how we guide missiles. This is how we run medical equipment, everything, right? Medical equipment, everything has an FPGA in it. That FPGA, we can program it to make it run identical, basically, as the NES. So this means that we can now take our cartridge and play it on an FPGA device. So we're not emulating. We're actually playing the cartridge off of this device. It's not an original NES. It's something new, but it plays and runs just like an NES would. So that means we're still playing off the cartridge and we're still using our hardware. And because it's operating and it thinks it's an NES and it's working like an NES, we can actually take our same controller and plug it in to the new FPGA console. Really cool tech. So that tech solved and fixed basically all the problems with retro gaming. So now we can get a new device that runs like a device we program it and set it up to be. It's not cheap. If you're wondering, it's not cheap. These are not cheap, but they're fantastic devices. The one I got is the Nintendo 64. So it's going to act, it's going to run, and it's going to play like a Nintendo 64. It's going to think it's a Nintendo 64, so I'm playing off the cartridge. It'll move at the exact same speed. So let's say this moves at 100 hertz, right? And even though this device can move at 50,000 hertz, right? But because it's set up like an NES, it will run at 100 hertz. It will do the same timing, the same everything as an NES. It's a really cool piece of hardware, and it's hardware, not software. All this is real. This is not like some software doing it. This is all physical stuff on a board. Really awesome stuff. So that fixed that problem. But we still have one more problem, okay? We still have one more problem in the console space, and it's what I talked about earlier. Remember what I talked about? If we just take a signal 1080i and 1080p, right? Games back then were under the I branch, where they stack the image like this, basically. Think of it this way. The image is being drawn like this. Whereas nowadays, the image is like this. It's a pixel perfect image, okay? So because games were stacked like this, we had to invent something called scan lines that go in between these images like this. So the scan lines on a CRT TV are in between the image, okay? And those black bars fill in those weird gaps that would look like you could see through them. The problem is, when you play even an FPGA, we're not there yet. I mean, we're there. We could do this. So we could actually do what I'm about to explain to you on one device. But then that would make that FPGA device be extremely expensive. We're talking about a $2,000 to $3,000 device if we were to do what I'm talking about. So basically, when we display, remember that really cool FPGA device I talked about that I have, this FPGA that's like really cool. So it's going to let me play the NES game, right, on a modern TV, but there's an issue. Because it still thinks it's a Nintendo 64 or an NES, it's going to display the image like this, right? Because it's running like the console. Here's the problem. On a P screen or a 16:9, we don't have the scan lines to break up the image. So what you get is weird interlacing. And so there's two ways to solve this problem. Okay. There's two ways. The first way is basically you put an overlay over your game that mimics the scan lines on this, right? The issue with this is that it's not perfect and it's not really accurate, right? But there is another way. It's called de-interlacing, which is basically using hardware or software, depending on your device, to correct this, to fill in this area. And there's several ways they do it. They can use AI to do it, or they can fake it, or they can call it feathering, where they make it blurry so you don't see the hole. Right? But there is a better way. The better way to do this is to have another dedicated FPGA again device, okay, that you are going to run. And so you're going to run from this device to here to here. And this device, what it's going to do is combine both the overlay and de-interlacing to make your TV think and run like it's a CRT. So it's going to trick any monitor or any screen into believing that it's a CRT. And that is going to completely correct any errors in your screen. And I'm going to show you. Once I show you this, you will never unsee it. Okay, so give me 1 second. Well, first I'll show you this image. Look at this image right here. This is a perfect example. So this is what it looks like when you play on a modern screen. So we solved the issue. We can now play on an FPGA device to play our old games. But look how nasty it looks compared to the CRT. Here's another example. This is a girl trying to look sexy with her big booty. But when we put it on an actual CRT, look at the difference. You see, it's breaking the image up correctly. Those lines are fixing the issue. Like, look at the difference here. So you can see that these lines are spreading his eyes out to correct it. You see what I'm talking about? This is massive. This is huge. This is the reason why old games look crappy. And that's because you need an actual CRT or the scan lines to correct this error that we get, because games just weren't made that way. Huge difference, right? Pretty nice. And then it's worse in moving games. So if we were to go to a move, and then once you see this, I promise you, you'll never unsee TV. Now, I'm going to run it real quick. I'm going to see if you guys notice it. Now, watch this. Do you notice it? Because I do. Once you see it, it's hard to unsee. So I'm going to pause it for you, and you can kind of see it right here. Do you see that? Does everybody see this? The lines? Do you see that? Look at the yellow. Look at the guy. So basically, the RetroTink will fix this, because it's going to trick my TV or monitor is going to believe that it's a CRT and act and behave like one. And it's going to provide the proper scan lines and the proper deinterlacing to stop this. I don't know if you're still here, Ryan, or Squirty had to go. But hopefully, does that make sense? Like, that's why it's insane. So it completely fixes the issue 100%. Now, you can get overlays really good. You can get your overlays, like the Analog 3D comes with some presets for like BVMs and CRTs, but they're just overlays. They're not actually, the FPGA on that is not actually deinterlacing. It's just displaying a black bars in the most accurate way possible. But the RetroTink completely fixes all of that. It displays, it literally makes your monitor behave like a CRT. It's pretty neat. I may have gotten too nerdy. I don't know. I think I got too nerdy. Are you still here? Am I still here? I think I put everybody to sleep. You're just playing Pokemon. Well, now you learned about retro games and how difficult it is. Gina, you just missed my awesome explanation. Ryan got me the RetroTink, and I just went into this huge explanation on everything. Ryan, she doesn't appreciate it. Ryan, thank you so much. Am I able to open it up immediately, or is it it's getting wrapped under the tree, isn't it? Well, yeah, because I was going over like just different stuff about like what it does. Like, I know that you missed out that whole explanation, but hopefully you'll go back and listen to it. It's actually pretty good. I thought I did a good job, but basically this is what I was getting at right here, is that it's going to make my TV behave like a CRT, because this is interlacing. You see the lines? So please go back and listen to it. I thought it was a good explanation. But you can see the lines here. So it's basically we're using an FPGA device to fix this. Now, it does more than that too, Ryan. Don't think that's all it does. It allows me to play anything I want on it. It's also a scaler. No, the other thing, that's what I was explaining. The other thing, it has really good scan lines. But like I was explaining in my image, that's why I said you should watch it. I explained this part right here. It has really good scan lines. It does. But remember, a scan line, if it's coming from a device, is just an overlay. It's the equivalent of me drawing on this and then placing it on my screen. It can be really accurate and really good, but it's not like 100%, right? Because we need more than that. We need it to convert the 4.3 to 6.9. We need it to do deinterlacing, and we need it to also put the scan lines on it. And so in order to do that, we need an FPGA device that will force our screen to think that it is a CRT and do all of those things at once to get it to display on a screen without the issues. So that's what that does. on top of allowing you to hook up anything you want to it. So it does that too. And that's what I was saying with this is the analog 3D playing it, and he has it without the scan lines. But once you see it, it's really hard to unsee it. And you can put the scan lines on the analog, and it does a really good job. The scan lines on the analog is probably the best overlay scan lines I have ever seen. And everyone agrees that the inbuilt scan lines are fantastic because like that's all they are is an overlay. But we need more. But you can take it further. But once you see it, you can kind of see it the whole time. Like you can kind of see it the whole time. But if you just look on the edges here, and you can kind of see it like just really interlacing really bad here. And especially like when you pause it and you look at it, I mean, you can really see like right here, him walking, what it looks like. And so that's going to fix all of that. So like I said, there's two main problems with retro gaming. Yeah, so just you should watch it because remember, I talk about there's two main problems with retro gaming. It's playing it the original way. And it's also, because if you think about it, it's two devices, right? You got one device is the console. That's one retro device. The second retro device is the TV or the screen that you're playing on. So we solved, the Retro Tink is older. The Retro Tink solved the TV problem and the scaling problem. What we haven't solved yet is the console problem. However, just recently, we have kind of perfected FPGA to the point now we have solved the console problem. So now both problems are basically fixed. And now you can enjoy retro gaming into wherever now, like which is what's making people go crazy for retro gaming right now. Because now we finally figured out how to fix both problems. Right. Well, I explain it in the thing that the analog device is an FPGA device that allows you to play the Nintendo 64 the correct way. Right. So just watch my explanation. You should just go back real quick and watch it until you join in. Just listen to it. I promise you, if you listen to it, you'll get it. And you'll be like, oh, okay, I get it now. I promise you. It's really, I thought I did a decent job, honestly, at explaining it. And it'll make a lot more sense to you. That's what makes it exciting, Gina, is that the Retro Tink has been around for a few years. But the reason why I haven't went like crazy about it is because we didn't fix the first problem. The first problem is being able to play old games consistently without devices aging and stuff like that. But we got it figured out now, and that's what makes it exciting. So when you combine both of them together, it is just a ridiculous experience. Now, how do I do the one move? Oh, I gotta figure out how to do the one move. Oh, speed limited. So I get it now. I get it now. Just go back, Gina, until you see me start drawing, because you can do that now. That's a new feature, by the way, Gina. Brand new. It hasn't even been a month yet. You can actually rewind on a live stream. That's actually new. Check it out. That is a brand new thing they did on Twitch. So you can go back to when I first start drawing, and you can listen to the explanation. How do I do the... I don't know how I did the... There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, I need to build it up first. Okay. Dude, Samus on a motorcycle. Oh yeah, I got the amiibo. Let's do that. I have the amiibo, right? So let's scan these in. Scan amiibo. The energy shield fully restores all energy, provides energy sword. You can now change the music that plays while riding. Oh, okay. What does he do? Simply has enabled easy access to special gallery movie. The movie will now become available once you beat the game, regardless of your completion percentage. Oh, that's cool. Hear the voice of the bounty hunter Salix, who hates Samus and the Galactic Federation. Random line will be selected each time Samus is scanned.
I've got you right where I want you, Samus.
I got one more. Color scheme can now be changed from the menu. New skins are earned every 50 kilometers driven. There are 8 skins total. Scan the Samus amiibo to unlock the skin. I'm almost there. Boost recovery. Okay. How do I change the music? Look at that. I blame Ryan. Ryan, dude, I'm so excited. Thank you, man. That was worth the pain and suffering I went through yesterday. Oh my god, dude, the music's good. See, I know everyone hates the guy that talks. Oh god! I'm learning. But like when he's not talking, like right now, it's amazing. I do like that they leaned into the I forgot how you activate this. They leaned into this visor. I love that. Oh, I know what that is. That's those things that let me see all the stuff I missed. But I gotta like scan it. Oh man, dude. I do love Samus. Alright, so where are we going? Are you still here, dude? Dude, I've been wanting to play this game for like the last couple of days. I've been so busy. And I still got to go early today and decorate the tree, which I'm excited to decorate the tree. I didn't die yet, so there's always that. It looks like it didn't go crazy. They were wrong about the snow. We got just a tiny bit, but now they're saying it's delayed. That supposedly it's going to still come, but just not right now. I unlock cheats off the edge? Really? Wow. So are we wrapping that, Ryan? I can stuff it up my butt. Really? Wow. You gotta be kidding me. I killed the birds, Ryan. Just kind of driving around for a second. Wrecked. You can safely be connected from the body. I'm looking up here. Ugh. We can cheese it. I feel like we can cheese it. Got it. Yeah! Federation cargo crane. Loading vehicles brought here. It can be released with a powerful burst of energy. You didn't kill. I tried, man. Alright, let's get up here. Yeah, Ryan, can you believe they released that WarriorWare game? Dude, I want to play that. It's been like so long. That game's like really hard to find too. Yeah, dude, that game is like real hard to find. I don't think I can really get in here yet. You heard nothing? Thank you, Gina. I can always count on you to hear nothing. Yeah, so I was saying, I don't know what I was saying. I was saying that there's like a new rewind ability on Twitch. Wait. So I'm here. Let's go this way. So I was saying you could check out the rewind ability. You can go back to where I started drawing at the beginning. And then you listen to the explanation live. That's brand new on Twitch, by the way. Dude, Samus is awesome. Listen to that music. Look how badass she looks. Can you set up a marker? I don't think you can. No, the explanation. Just watch the explanation. Stop being a baby. I thought that might break it. It did not. You should just watch it because you want to support me. Let's see what that amiibo does now. Like, I get charged up. Wrecked. We can do this. Ugh. That's right. I feel like we should be able to get that. I don't believe it. That work? That didn't work, Ryan. So you're just a straight up liar. How do we get up here? I feel like I'm not gonna give up on this. They won't let me do it. How close can we get? That's pretty close. Nope. So we can't cheese it. We can't cheese it! Shouldn't have a leak. We're at the fireplace. Fitting. Let's go explore. Well, that's fun. You're a missile capacity. Why do the bad guys want to attack me? I don't want to attack them. Maybe. Alright, I just seen your message. Give me 1 sec. I'll check. I'll take a look. I'll go out and I'll go enter Hoth. Ryan, did you enjoy the snow stream, dude? There might be another one tonight if it keeps up. There's stuff back there. Ah! Flare pool. The music is epic. you sure you want her to open it now? Like you don't want her to wait for Christmas? Oh, here we go. Ryan's like, we don't wait for Christmas around here. I'll give me 1 second. I'm gonna go outside and take a look at it. Give me 1 sec. All right. Sorry. She's on a call. So I was trying to wait to see if she would open it, but it's not gonna happen. Not right now. But yeah, she's on a call. Well, I mean, I was trying to get her attention, but it is what it is. Some of those people are crazy. Like one time, she got off work at like what was it, 5? But she didn't even get off the call until 7:30. Yeah, Kira. Yeah, and she can't hang up when she gets fired. Which is crazy to me. It's not what I want. We're gonna have to figure out a new way. Yeah, Akira slide. Yeah, I know the Akira slide. Yep. So what are we doing here? We have to figure out, so we can't go this way. Is there a solution? I have to see if there's a solution. Or is this it? Let's see. Oh, here we go. That was easy. Welcome to Mustafar. Yeah, we're in Mustafar. You're right about that. 100%. What you know? Like, when is another Star Wars game coming out, man? Like, what? By the way, who here likes pears? Oh, I'm muting. There's a save station. You do? Oh yeah. Yeah, I love pears. I do, man. I really do. I don't actively buy them. Yeah, I like them. Some people say that it reminds them of like an apple, but like the apple's going back. I'm like, what? Hey! Mm-hmm. Can you stop? Ouch. Stop, like, you know, like attacking me. I'm tired of it. Oh, okay. I guess I'll just jump off. Fire chip. A chip maker can modify the chip. What are we doing? I don't understand. What? What do we do with this? Inventory. Arm cannon. But how do we use said fire chip? I don't know how we use. Well, there's nothing else to do. There's a thing we can break that goes right there, obviously. Oh, wait, did I miss it? Or is this the... There must be something we're missing. Yeah, it's this, which... I don't know how to get in here. I don't really know what the fire... Let me read that fire chip. It says they can modify my suit, but like... Oh, wait, can I walk in lava now? I think so. No, I can't, Ryan. You're a liar. So what is this again? It says the fire chip was found inside a plasma torch and a flare gun. This plasma's heating is triggered by amplifying kinetic energy of electrons through arc discharge. Its plasma heating is triggered by amplifying the kinetic energy of electrons. Like electric. I don't understand. You ever said, you tell me how to use this fire chip. What? I think I have to go back because it says it lets it modify, so I guess I gotta go back. But I don't know, where is this Miles guy? That's the... Yeah, so this was right.
Okay, so we need to get back to this, whoever this Miles guy is.
Looks like you found some Lemoyne technology in Flarepool. I'm pretty good with machines. Want to bring it back to base camp so I can take a look?
Yeah, I see. They want us to go all the way back. Ryan, this doesn't look safe. Has everyone seen Stranger Things? I might be decorating the tree by then, but I'll definitely be on the night. Has to be way over here. Da-da-da. What? Okay. I don't understand. So we did it. What do we do here? It's obviously a puzzle. The drains the draws with the water evenly distributed on each. Can we solve this puzzle right now? Where are we? I don't think I can really do it. I'm sure you got to use something else, like freeze it or something. It's funny that they have shrines. Back to exploring. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Get out of here. Exposed to extreme cold. Yeah, see, I knew there was a nice shot. Yeah. Transfer pod containing heavyweight golem power cell. Destroying it, the pod will not do damage. I wonder if I use my... I don't think I can really get up here. Not yet. Oh wait, there was something right there. I need a grapple. We're just exploring right now. opening up that map. Right up there. I gotta turn this stuff in. This is like a whole nother facility. Like, what the heck is this thing? Where are we going? We're just exploring, guys. We got a missile expansion. That's good. So we gotta come back to that. Do something over here. least the sand surface can be free with a strong pull, so we can't do that yet. There's a lot of things we can't do yet. Another puzzle. Alright, so now we're in a circle. Okay. Do 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 do. Boom, 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 da, boom, boom, boom. Welcome back. You just wanted an excuse to leave my explanation. I get it. You didn't care. Gina was here. I don't know what happened to her. There, we can jump here.
back, Samus. Come on, show me what you found in Flarepool. Alright, what do you got? It looks like a circuit, and it seems like there's a chip inside. Okay, let me analyze it. Lemoyne Tech is really interesting. Oh, this is fascinating.
Quality's still coming in
I
good, right?
see. This program converts the energy that the device emits into thermal energy and highly amplifies it. If I tweak it and integrate it into your arm cannon, you should be able to use another new shot type. Ta-da! Give her a try.
No.
You can now use the fire shot. You can shoot projectiles with extremely high temperature, so I bet targets will burn or melt when they're shot. If you find anything else, bring it into me.
See, this is
I'm dying to do more
the
experiments.
part that people didn't like about it, is this guy. Which I guess, yeah, I guess I can understand it. As a massive Metroid fan, I do think it's kind of annoying, but as long as he stays here and away from me, it's fine. But basically, the reason why people don't like it is the Metroidvania community is a very tight niche community. I love Metroidvanias. They're insanely amazing because it's like the ultimate puzzle, because the entire game's a puzzle. But what people like about Metroidvania games is that they don't tell you anything. They don't tell you nothing. You have to kind of like remember everything about the entire game and all your update. Like when you get something, you got to remember to go to a certain, you know what I mean? There's like so much. Like now I can go back to places that I couldn't go before. But what people don't like is like he tells you like, oh, this gun does this, where they like you're supposed to kind of figure that out on your own. So there's the flame shot. How do we use it? Oh, like that. Very nice. All right. That's probably going to be it for me. Like I said, I have to go early today. We have to do the tree. It's about time. So you came back just in time for me to log out. So I appreciate how you took forever to get back here. I'll be on the night. And I won't be cleaning until I was supposed to, I was supposed to clean today, but I'm pretty hurt from last night. And my knees busted, my wrist is messed up. So like, I'm just not doing that well. So I won't clean until Saturday. But I should have a full stream tomorrow. Everything should be back to normal, basically, starting next week. So what made it difficult this week was a few factors, especially with like Debbie having to go in. Well, we did a snow stream last night and you totally missed it. I was going to show Debbie's gift on stream. We need to play more Pokemon. I mean, I'm playing Pokemon after that. I'm going to play this. This game's actually not this long. It's just taking a long time because I just can't play. I can't play. And I'm not really playing anything. And when I do play something, it's at night and it's like Goose, and Alucard doesn't want to come. So like, how can we play? She doesn't want to show up online. And if she doesn't want to show up, I can't play, like I don't know what to do. Now Gina wants to come back. Yeah, so like I was saying, Gina, I'm wrapping it up because I have to go do the tree. I work too. This is right here. Check this out. So Ryan got me this. This is a sealed copy of Pac-Man for the Commodore 64, 1983. Sealed, never been opened Pac-Man. How cool is that? Look at that. pretty epic, dude. That is sweet. The Commodore 64 Thunder Mountain. You know that this company like went away before it even hit 1987. 1983. This is sweet. But yeah, we're getting ready to go decorate. Well, start decoration the tree. I think we're gonna get a lot of it done tonight and then finish it tomorrow or whatever. And hopefully I don't get hurt too much. I don't think it's really snowed yet. It's supposed to be. Why is it doing that? There we go. I didn't look at this. This is like, they actually got Warrior World. This is a really hard game to find right here. Which is crazy to me. See, like now you get the CRT filter. See, it's just an overlay. It's okay, but it's not what you need. It's just lines. Have fun. I'm going to try to have fun. Let me see if there's anything going on here. I can't believe they brought WarioWare out. I kind of want to play this game. It's an epic game, man. More Kirby stuff. There's Genius character right there. That's cute. Nothing really yet. No. Skyrim again. The Game Awards are on tonight anyway, so I'm assuming some of you guys are going to watch that. I won't be able to. I actually kind of wanted to stream it. That was my goal. And then, but I have to do the tree. I was supposed to do the stuff yesterday, but it just didn't work out. What is this? It's a little rail shooter. That's fun. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I'm gonna end it there. Ryan, thanks again. He's not here, but I'll message him. I will see you guys later tonight. If there's people who want to play Goose, I guess Goose will be an option. I'm sure people, I don't know. People are still having fun playing that. I know it's been a while since we played it, but I think you really do need that. That was always the biggest issue. I always said, you said that you'd be on tonight. That's what you said earlier. You said that you would be on. You said that. So now you're walking it back. Oh, tomorrow. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, with Goose, I feel like it really doesn't pick up until you get about 10 people. That's my. I need to play Overwatch too. I don't have the battle pass. I need to get it. I just haven't been on to get it yet, so I need to get on. Make a Goose night. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that again. That's like, it's too much like coercing and getting people together to do that. I mean, maybe on the stream. You mean on the stream, or do you mean like after the stream? If you mean on the stream, that's one thing. That's like Friday or something to do Goose Day. If you're talking about like trying to set something up in Discord at night, nah, I don't want to do that. Because then that means I have to commit to a time and just that. But during like stream time, sure. Gina's like, but I work during stream time, so that doesn't work for me. That's what she's gonna say. Yep, there it is. What did I say? So I think the way you do it is kind of how we've been doing it. Is if there's people, then you play. And I think that's important because like when you start setting expectations for people to show up, that's how you get people to not show up. I never believe you. Oh, I believe you. I do. All right, I'm out. Stay safe. Close your windows. Have a beautiful night. I'll see you guys later tonight if you're on. But